Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you won't miss our future videos. What is Power BI and how does it differ from other BI tools?
Power BI is a powerful business intelligence tool developed by Microsoft, designed to help users visualize and analyze data from various sources. Unlike traditional BI tools, Power BI offers a seamless integration with other Microsoft products such as Excel, Azure, and SQL Server, making it a preferred choice for many organizations.
Explain the key components of Power BI.
Power BI consists of several key components including Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, and Power Map. Power Query allows users to connect, transform, and clean data from different sources. Power Pivot enables users to create data models and perform advanced calculations using DAX data analysis expressions. Power View and Power Map are visualization tools that help users create interactive and visually appealing reports and dashboards.
How can you create calculated columns and measures in Power BI?
Calculated columns are created within the data model using DAX formulas and are computed row by row during data refresh. Measures, on the other hand, are dynamic calculations that are evaluated within the context of a visualization or pivot table. Both calculated columns and measures are essential for performing complex calculations and analysis in Power BI.
Explain the difference between Power BI Desktop and Power BI Service.
Power BI Desktop is a free desktop application that allows users to create Power BI reports and dashboards locally on their computers. It provides all the features needed for data modeling, visualization, and report authoring. Power BI Service, on the other hand, is a cloud-based platform, also known as Power BI Online, where users can publish, share, and collaborate on Power BI reports and dashboards. It offers additional features such as data refresh scheduling, sharing and embedding options, and centralized management of content and permissions.
What is Power Query and how does it work?
Power Query is a data connectivity and data preparation technology in Power BI. It allows users to discover, connect, combine, and refine data across a wide variety of sources. Power Query Editor provides a graphical interface for performing data transformations, such as filtering rows, renaming columns, and applying calculations. Behind the scenes, Power Query generates M-language code to perform these transformations, making it easy for users to repeat or automate the process.
What is a data model in Power BI?
In Power BI, a data model is a collection of tables and their relationships that define how data is organized and structured for analysis. The data model is created within Power BI Desktop using the relationship view, where users can define relationships between tables based on common fields. Once created, the data model forms the foundation for building reports and performing analyses using DAX calculations.
What is DAX and how is it used in Power BI?
DAX, Data Analysis Expressions, is a formula language used in Power BI, as well as Excel Power Pivot and Analysis Services, for creating custom calculations and aggregations on data. It allows users to define calculated columns, measures, and calculated tables within Power BI Desktop to perform complex calculations and analysis. DAX functions can be used for tasks such as filtering, summarizing, and manipulating data to derive insights.
How can you optimize Power BI reports for performance?
There are several ways to optimize Power BI reports for better performance. Data model optimization. Simplify data models by removing unnecessary columns and tables, and use relationships instead of merge queries. Query optimization. Use query folding and parameterization to push data transformation tasks back to the data source, reducing data volume in Power BI. Visual optimization. Limit the number of visuals on a page, avoid unnecessary custom visuals, and use Performance Analyzer to identify bottlenecks. Data refresh optimization. Optimize data refresh schedules, minimize data refresh frequency, and use incremental refresh where possible to reduce data processing time.
What is Power BI Gateway and when is it used?
Power BI Gateway is a bridge that connects Power BI service with on-premises data sources. It allows Power BI reports and dashboards hosted in the cloud to access data stored in on-premises databases or files securely. Power BI Gateway comes in two modes. Personal mode, used for individual users to connect to their own data sources. Enterprise mode, used by organizations to centrally manage and monitor data connections for multiple users.
Explain the concept of row-level security, RLS, in Power BI.
Row-level security, RLS, in Power BI is a security feature that restricts access to data at the row level based on user roles and permissions. It allows organizations to control which rows of data a user can view in a report or dataset based on criteria such as user attributes or data relationships. RLS can be implemented using DAX expressions to define row-level filters that apply security rules dynamically at query time.
What are Power BI paginated reports?
Power BI paginated reports are a type of report format designed for producing pixel-perfect, printable reports with high-fidelity layout and formatting. Unlike interactive Power BI reports, paginated reports are optimized for printing or sharing as PDF or Excel files. They are commonly used for operational or regulatory reporting scenarios where precise formatting and layout are required.
How can you share Power BI reports with users outside your organization?
Power BI offers several options for sharing reports with external users. Publish to Web allows you to embed Power BI reports in websites or blogs for public access. Power BI Embedded provides APIs for developers to embed Power BI reports and dashboards into custom applications or portals. Power BI Premium enables external sharing and distribution of reports to users without requiring individual licenses, using features like Power BI apps or secure embedding.
What are Power BI templates and how are they used?
Power BI templates are pre-built report files, .pit, that contain data connections, queries, and visualizations configured for a specific use case or scenario. They serve as starting points for creating new reports by providing a ready-made structure and design. Users can customize templates by replacing sample data with their own data or by modifying visualizations to suit their needs.
Explain the concept of Power BI data flows.
Power BI data flows are self-service data preparation capabilities within Power BI that allow users to ingest, transform, and store data from disparate sources in the cloud. Data flows provide a data lake-like storage layer where users can define reusable data entities, apply transformations using Power Query Online, and create computed entities using Power Query Online or Data Flows Query Language, M. The data stored in data flows can be used to create datasets for Power BI reports, enabling a centralized and governed approach to data preparation and analysis.
What is the difference between calculated columns and measures in Power BI?
Calculated columns and measures are both used to perform calculations in Power BI, but they serve different purposes. Calculated columns. These are columns that are added to a table in the data model and computed row by row during data refresh. They can be used to create new columns based on existing data in the table, but their values are static and cannot be aggregated further. Measures. These are dynamic calculations that are evaluated within the context of a pivot table or matrix visualization. Measures are defined using DAX and can perform aggregations, calculations, or conditional logic based on the filters and context applied in the visualization.
How can you create a calculated table in Power BI?
In Power BI, a calculated table is a table that is derived from calculations or expressions defined in DAX. You can create a calculated table using the New Table option in Power BI Desktop's Modeling tab. Simply write a DAX expression that generates the desired table structure and fields, and Power BI will create the calculated table for you.
What is the Power BI REST API and how is it used?
The Power BI REST API is a set of HTTP endpoints provided by Microsoft for interacting with Power BI programmatically. It allows developers to automate administrative tasks, manage Power BI content, embed reports and dashboards in custom applications, and perform data operations such as refresh and dataset creation. The Power BI REST API uses OAuth 2.0 authentication and provides methods for working with datasets, reports, dashboards, workspaces, and more.
What is a Power BI gateway cluster and when is it used?
A Power BI gateway cluster is a collection of multiple gateway instances grouped together for high availability and scalability. It is used in large-scale enterprise deployments where a single gateway instance may not be sufficient to handle the volume of data or the number of users accessing on-premises data sources. Gateway clusters provide redundancy and load balancing, ensuring continuous access to on-premises data even if one gateway instance fails.
Explain the concept of Power BI Embedded and its use cases.
Power BI Embedded is a platform as a service (PaaS) offering from Microsoft Azure that allows developers to embed Power BI reports, dashboards, and visualizations into custom applications or websites. It provides APIs and SDKs for integrating Power BI content seamlessly into existing applications, allowing developers to create immersive data experiences for their users. Power BI Embedded is commonly used in software as a service, SaaS, applications, customer-facing portals, and internal business applications where embedding analytics adds value to the user experience.
What are Power BI apps and how are they used?
Power BI apps are collections of related reports, dashboards, and datasets that are packaged together and shared with a group of users within an organization. They provide a way to distribute and consume Power BI content in a centralized and governed manner, ensuring that users have access to the right reports and data. Power BI apps can be installed from Microsoft AppSource or shared directly within an organization's Power BI environment.
What is Power BI Report Server and how does it differ from Power BI Service?
Power BI Report Server is an on-premises report server that allows organizations to host and manage Power BI reports and paginated reports locally within their own infrastructure. It provides similar capabilities to Power BI Service, such as report authoring, sharing, and collaboration, but it is deployed on-premises instead of in the cloud. Power BI Report Server is often used in scenarios where organizations have strict data sovereignty requirements or limited connectivity to the internet.
Explain the concept of Power BI Premium and its benefits.
Power BI Premium is a licensing option for Power BI that provides dedicated capacity and enhanced performance for organizations with high data volume or advanced analytics needs. It offers benefits such as dedicated cloud resources. Premium capacity ensures consistent performance and availability for Power BI content, even during peak usage periods. Large dataset support. Premium capacity allows for larger dataset sizes and higher data refresh limits compared to Power BI Pro licenses. Paginated reports. Premium capacity includes support for paginated reports, allowing organizations to create and distribute pixel-perfect, printable reports. Advanced analytics. Premium capacity enables the use of AI and machine learning capabilities in Power BI, such as AutoML and integration with Azure Machine Learning.
How can you implement row-level security in Power BI?
Row-level security, RLS, in Power BI can be implemented using security roles and DAX filters. First, define security roles in Power BI Desktop and assign users or groups to each role. Then, create DAX filters in the data model that dynamically apply row-level security based on the current user's identity or attributes. These filters restrict the rows of data that each user can access based on their role membership, ensuring that sensitive information is only visible to authorized users.
What is the Power BI Paginated Report Builder and how is it used?
The Power BI Paginated Report Builder is a standalone desktop application for authoring, designing, and publishing paginated reports in Power BI. It provides a rich set of layout and formatting options for creating pixel-perfect, printable reports with precise control over page layout, headers, footers, and pagination. Paginated Report Builder connects to Power BI datasets or other data sources and allows users to design reports using a drag-and-drop interface similar to other Microsoft Office applications.
What is the difference between Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium per user, PPU, licenses?
Power BI Pro is a per-user licensing option that provides access to all Power BI features, including report authoring, sharing, collaboration, and consumption. Power BI Premium per user, PPU, is a premium licensing option that offers enhanced performance and capabilities for individual users. While both licenses include access to Power BI Service, Power BI Pro is based on a per-user subscription model, whereas Power BI Premium per user is priced based on a per-user, per-month basis and provides access to premium features such as paginated reports and AI capabilities.
What is the Power BI Service API and how is it used?
The Power BI Service API is a set of HTTP endpoints provided by Microsoft for programmatically interacting with Power BI content and resources in Power BI Service. It allows developers to automate administrative tasks, manage workspaces, datasets, reports, and dashboards, embed Power BI content in custom applications, and perform data operations such as refresh and export. The Power BI Service API uses OAuth 2.0 authentication and provides methods for working with workspaces, datasets, reports, dashboards, and more.
How can you implement incremental data refresh in Power BI?
Incremental data refresh in Power BI is a feature that allows you to refresh only the new or modified data since the last refresh, reducing data processing time and improving performance. To implement incremental refresh, first configure a date or timestamp column in your dataset that indicates when each row was last modified. Then, define a refresh policy in Power BI Desktop that specifies the range of data to refresh based on this column. Finally, publish the dataset to Power BI Service and configure incremental refresh settings in the Dataset Settings menu.
What is the Power BI Lineage view and how is it used?
The Power BI Lineage view is a feature in Power BI Service that allows users to visualize the data lineage and impact analysis of their Power BI content. It provides a graphical representation of the relationships between datasets, reports, dashboards, and data flows within a workspace, showing how data flows from source to destination. Lineage View helps users understand the dependencies and connections between different elements in their Power BI environment, making it easier to manage and maintain complex data pipelines.
Explain the concept of Power BI Paginated Report Parameters.
Power BI Paginated Report Parameters are placeholders for values that users can specify when running or viewing paginated reports. Parameters allow users to filter, group, or customize the data displayed in the report dynamically based on their preferences or criteria. Parameters can be defined in the report design using Report Builder or Power BI Desktop, and users can interact with them through parameter prompts or drop-down lists when viewing the report.
What is the Power BI Composite model and when is it used?
The Power BI Composite model is a modeling technique that allows users to combine and analyze data from multiple sources within a single Power BI dataset. It enables the blending of imported data stored in the dataset with direct query data queried live from the source and/or data stored in Azure Analysis Services using the XML endpoint. The composite model is used in scenarios where organizations need to analyze large volumes of data from different sources with varying refresh requirements, performance considerations, or data sovereignty constraints.
How can you use Power BI Bookmarks to create interactive reports?
Power BI bookmarks are placeholders for the state of a report, including filters, slicers, visual selections, and page navigation. Users can create bookmarks to capture specific report views or interactions and then use buttons or hyperlinks to navigate between different bookmarked states. Bookmarks enable users to create interactive and dynamic reports that respond to user actions or selections, providing a more engaging and personalized user experience.
What is Power Query M language and how is it used in Power BI?
Power Query M language is a functional language used for data transformation and manipulation within Power BI. It is primarily used in Power Query Editor to define data loading, cleansing, and shaping steps. Users can write custom M expressions to perform tasks such as filtering rows, renaming columns, pivoting data, and merging tables. M language expressions are generated automatically by Power Query Editor when performing data transformation tasks using the graphical interface.
What are calculated columns and how do they differ from measures in Power BI?
Calculated columns in Power BI are columns that are computed based on expressions or formulas defined in the data model using DAX, data analysis expressions. They are computed row by row during data refresh and stored in the underlying data table. Calculated columns are useful for creating new fields or deriving additional insights from existing data, but their values are static and cannot be aggregated further. Measures, on the other hand, are dynamic calculations that are evaluated within the context of a visualization or pivot table. They are defined using DAX and can perform aggregations, calculations, or conditional logic based on the filters and context applied in the visualization.
What is Power BI data lineage and why is it important?
Power BI data lineage refers to the documentation and visualization of the end-to-end data flow and transformation process within a Power BI solution. It shows the relationships between data sources, queries, tables, columns, and visualizations, helping users understand how data is sourced, transformed, and used in reports. Data lineage is important for data governance, compliance, and troubleshooting purposes, as it provides visibility into the data lineage and impact analysis of changes to data sources or transformations.
How can you implement time intelligence calculations in Power BI?
Time intelligence calculations in Power BI involve analyzing and comparing data over different time periods, such as year-over-year growth, month-to-date totals, or rolling averages. This can be achieved using DAX functions such as totalit, some period last year, dated, and calendar auto. Users can define measures that calculate aggregations or comparisons based on date attributes in the data model, allowing for dynamic and interactive analysis of time-based data.
What is the Power BI composite model and when would you use it?
The Power BI composite model is a modeling technique that allows users to combine multiple data storage modes, import, direct query, and live connections within a single Power BI dataset. It enables organizations to leverage the strengths of different storage modes for different data sources or scenarios, such as importing small lookup tables for performance while using direct query for large transactional databases. The composite model is useful in scenarios where organizations need to analyze data from heterogeneous sources with varying refresh requirements, performance considerations, or data sovereignty constraints.
What are Power BI data flows and how are they different from datasets?
Power BI data flows are self-service data preparation capabilities within Power BI that allow users to ingest, transform, and store data from disparate sources in the cloud. They provide a data lake-like storage layer where users can define reusable data entities, apply transformations using Power Query Online, and create computed entities using Power Query Online or Data Flows Query Language, M. Data flows serve as a centralized and governed data preparation layer for creating datasets used in Power BI reports and dashboards. While datasets represent data tables imported into Power BI Desktop or Power BI Service, data flows enable a cloud-based and collaborative approach to data preparation with capabilities for data lineage, refresh scheduling, and reuse.
What is the Common Data Model, CDM, and how does it relate to Power BI?
The Common Data Model, CDM, is a standardized, semantic data model for representing and integrating data from various sources and applications. It defines a set of standardized entities, attributes, and relationships that can be shared across different systems and services, enabling interoperability and consistency. Power BI leverages the common data model as a foundation for organizing and integrating data from diverse sources into a unified data model. This allows users to create reports and analytics based on a common understanding of data entities and relationships, regardless of where the data originates.
How can you create a custom visual in Power BI?
To create a custom visual in Power BI, you can use the Power BI Visualizations SDK software development kit, which provides tools and resources for building custom visuals using web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. First, set up your development environment and install the Power BI Visualizations CLI command line interface. Then, use the CLI to scaffold a new visual project. Define the visual properties and capabilities in the capabilities.json file, and implement the rendering logic and interactions in TypeScript or JavaScript files. Once the visual is developed, package it as a .pivs file and import it into Power BI Desktop or Power BI Service for use in reports.
What are the different ways to share Power BI reports with others?
There are several ways to share Power BI reports with others. Publish to Web allows you to embed Power BI reports in websites or blogs for public access. Power BI Service share reports and dashboards within your organization by publishing them to Power BI Service and granting access to specific users or groups. Power BI Embedded embed Power BI reports and dashboards into custom applications or portals using APIs and SDKs provided by Power BI Embedded Service. Export to File export reports as PowerPoint presentations, PPTX, PDF files, or Excel workbooks for offline viewing or sharing via email or file sharing platforms.
What is Power BI App Workspace and how is it used?
A Power BI App Workspace is a collaborative workspace within Power BI where users can create, share, and collaborate on Power BI content such as reports, dashboards, datasets, and data flows. App workspaces provide a centralized location for organizing and managing Power BI content related to specific projects, teams, or departments. They enable users to collaborate on shared datasets, reports, and dashboards, control access and permissions, and publish content to broader audiences within or outside the organization.
What is Power BI Premium per user, PPU, and how does it differ from Power BI Pro?
Power BI Premium per user, PPU, is a licensing option for Power BI that provides enhanced performance and capabilities for individual users. It offers benefits such as larger dataset sizes, paginated reports, AI capabilities, and shared capacity for dedicated resources. Unlike Power BI Pro, which is based on a per-user subscription model, Power BI Premium per user is priced based on a per-user, per-month basis and provides access to premium features without requiring a dedicated capacity or tenant-level commitment.
How can you implement row-level security, RLS, in Power BI?
Row-level security, RLS, in Power BI allows you to restrict access to data at the row level based on user roles and permissions. To implement RLS, define security roles in Power BI Desktop and assign users or groups to each role. Then, create DAX filters in the data model that dynamically apply row-level security based on the current user's identity or attributes. These filters restrict the rows of data that each user can access based on their role membership, ensuring that sensitive information is only visible to authorized users.
What is Power BI Q&A and how does it work?
Power BI Q&A is a natural language querying feature that allows users to ask questions about their data in plain English and receive interactive visualizations as answers. It uses advanced natural language processing (NLP) and semantic modeling techniques to interpret user queries, match them to data sources and fields in the Power BI model, and generate visualizations based on the query context. Power BI Q&A enables users to explore and analyze data intuitively without needing to know SQL or DAX, making it easier for business users to derive insights from their data.
What is the Power BI Paginated Report Builder and how is it used?
The Power BI Paginated Report Builder is a standalone desktop application for designing and authoring pixel-perfect, printable reports with high-fidelity layout and formatting. It provides a rich set of layout and formatting options for creating paginated reports, including headers, footers, page numbers, and page breaks. Users can connect to Power BI datasets or other data sources, design reports using a drag-and-drop interface, and publish them to Power BI Service or Power BI Report Server for sharing or distribution.
How can you automate report generation and distribution in Power BI?
Report generation and distribution in Power BI can be automated using Power BI APIs and services such as Power BI REST API, Power BI PowerShell templates, and Power BI Service automation features. You can use these tools to automate tasks such as dataset refresh, report publishing, report embedding, data export, and notification delivery. For example, you can schedule dataset refreshes using Power BI Service or PowerShell scripts, trigger report generation and distribution workflows using REST API calls, or set up email subscriptions to deliver reports to stakeholders on a regular basis.
What is the Power BI Service Admin Portal and what can you do with it?
The Power BI Service Admin Portal is a centralized management portal for administering and configuring Power BI settings, features, and resources within an organization. It provides tools and capabilities for managing Power BI licenses, users, groups, workspaces, capacities, data flows, datasets, reports, and dashboards. Administrators can use the admin portal to monitor usage and performance, configure security and compliance settings, troubleshoot issues, and perform administrative tasks such as capacity management, data loss prevention, DLP, and tenant settings configuration.
What is the Power BI Report Server and how does it differ from Power BI Service?
Power BI Report Server is an on-premises report server that allows organizations to host and manage Power BI reports and paginated reports locally within their own infrastructure. It provides similar capabilities to Power BI Service, such as report authoring, sharing, collaboration, and data visualization, but it is deployed on-premises instead of in the cloud. Power BI Report Server is often used in scenarios where organizations have strict data sovereignty requirements, limited connectivity to the internet, or prefer to manage their own report server environment.
What is Power BI Premium and how does it differ from Power BI Pro?
Power BI Premium is a licensing option for Power BI that provides dedicated cloud resources and enhanced performance for organizations with high data volume or advanced analytics needs. Unlike Power BI Pro, which is based on a per-user subscription model, Power BI Premium is priced based on a per-capacity basis, with different capacity sizes available to meet the needs of different organizations. Power BI Premium offers benefits such as dedicated capacity, larger dataset sizes, paginated reports, AI capabilities, advanced analytics, and shared capacity for distributing content to users who don't have a Power BI Pro license.
And that's it for today's video. We hope you found this video helpful and insightful. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.